Today's news. International Conference, Security of Journalists in OSCE region. Alternative report on situation of children in Azerbaijan discussed. Police should work with citizens to provide better service. Inhabitants of 61 Neftçiler Avenue continue to appeal.
OSCE member states have an obligation to ensure the security of journalists. If journalists are implementing their professional activity under conditions of personal security, they can provide the information that the population needs. Journalists can be representatives of democracy and freedom, said Audronius Adribalis, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Lithuania, at the conference held in Vilnius on the 7th and 8th of June. Adribalis spoke about journalists who have been killed in the line of duty, including murdered editor-in-chief of Monitor journal Elmar Huseynov in Azerbaijan in 2005. OSCE Media Freedom representative Dunya Mijatovic reported that more than 30 journalists had been murdered in the last 5 years. She also said that this is not the only method used to threaten journalists. Institute for Reporters' Freedom and Safety chairman Emin Huseynov spoke at the conference. He noted that in Azerbaijan, different provocations have been used against journalists during recent years. He added that journalists are being arrested and their reputations destroyed, mentioning the cases of Moses Sakit, Einullah Fatalayev and Agyol Khalil. Without any reference to concrete facts noted in the report, the representative of Azerbaijan's presidential administration, Vugar Aliyev, proclaimed that freedom of speech is being protected in Azerbaijan, and that there are numerous opposition newspapers in which officials and the president are criticized. Aliyev also said that IRFS criticized the Azerbaijani authorities with abandon and that any claims of physical assault were false. The conference was dedicated to issues of the security of journalists in the OSCE region. Representatives of government organizations of member countries, NGOs, journalists, heads of its international organizations were all there. The situations in the various countries, existing problems in the sector, and concrete incidences were discussed, and different proposals were explored during the conference. At the end, a list of recommendations for OSCE member states was adopted. Media Rights Institute Chairman Rashid Hajili, Press Council Chairman Aflatun Amashov, Human Rights Club Coordinator Rasul Jafarov, employee of OSCE office in Baku Vusal Bebedov, as well as Emin Huseynov and Vugar Aliyev attended the conference from Azerbaijan.
The alternative report on the situation of children in Azerbaijan, prepared for the presentation to the UN Committee on Rights of the Children, was discussed. Administrative Board of NGOs Alliance for Children Rights Chairman Nazir Guliev said that the alliance had been preparing an alternative report since 2005. According to Guliev, after the discussion of the alternative report by the UN Committee on the Rights of the Child, proposals and recommendations on the solution of the children problems in Azerbaijan are prepared and presented to the government. Guliev also said that more than 80 NGOs entered the NGO Alliance on the Rights of the Child, assisted with the preparation of the report. One of the issues reflected in the report is related to the reforms in the juvenile justice system. Key issues are to adopt a law on juvenile justice, prepare specialized trials, and to prepare police employees, lawyers, to implement specialized work in this sector in Azerbaijan. The law on juvenile justice will be discussed in the autumn session of Parliament, said Guliev. Representative of UNICEF in Azerbaijan, Mark Gerabard, gave several proposals on the report. He said the statistic figures on the number of disabled persons, children in prison, should be specified. Visitors participating in the event expressed their opinions regarding issues reflected in the alternative report.
An international conference on the project Police Supported by Society opened in Baku with support from the OSCE Baku office. The forum was attended by top-level Azerbaijani police officials, government and civil society representatives, and international experts. The project has been running in Azerbaijan since 2006. First launched in the city of Mengechevir, the project has produced positive results from the beginning. After that, another 10 regions joined. Amendments were made to the law on policing in 2008. The project has already produced concrete results. The community is much more closely involved in police activity, helping to prevent and to solve crime. OSCE Baku office head Bilgo Kankarel said that the project ensures mutual confidence between the police and citizens. Police represent the state in everyday life. We are also working on a strategy to increase the number of women in the police force, as well as to improve police measures for the prevention of domestic violence and human trafficking. The OSCE's report on democratic policing was presented at the conference. I know it is difficult to understand why police should serve people rather than the state. However, it is one of the main values of police work. Serving the people by working together with them means that the police force represents a broader social demographic and is equipped to consider all demands equally without discrimination, said Manuel Marian, Deputy Director of OSCE's Strategic Police Defense Department.
The residents of Neftchilar 61 held a press conference today on the violation of their property rights. Alekbar Mahmadov, rights defender of the residents, said that Azinco Company began to demolish the 3-story building in March. This company is indirectly supported by the State Property Committee head, Karam Hassanov, and his brother, Member of Parliament Malik Hassanov. Of the 12 families living in the building, 5 agreed to leave their homes. The rest objected to the demolition of their apartments. The homes of 4 families have been completely brought down. 3 flats have been partially destroyed. According to the residents, there has been no official order for the destruction. The demolition process is being led by Yusuf Gambarov, State Property Committee representative, and Rufat Ahmadov, Azinco Company representative. The court hearing will be held on June 17th. The inhabitants do not even know where their household things are or who took them. On June 4th, 20 police were sent to the area to expedite the demolition process. Speaking about the next steps, the residents said they would have appealed to the diplomatic corps and international organizations. They have linked the demolition with the planned construction of Eurovision 2012 in Baku. Therefore, inhabitants call upon the countries who will participate in the contest next May. They say it is not appropriate to conduct the competition in Baku because it will cause the violation of citizens' rights.